When you see your girl has had a miscarriage and she's still going, I'm not losing my mind. I've been forgiven. But what am I great at? Can y'all see me? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video, to another vlog. I told y'all I was gonna be back a lot sooner than y'all thought. I am being intentional about picking this camera up and not saying, oh, they don't need to see that in the vlog. No, Brandy. Keep your people in the know of what's going on with this storyline that you're wanting to create. And you gotta pick up the camera even when you think they don't wanna see it. It's Tuesday. I just uploaded the last vlog that you guys saw. And since then, I've already messed up nails. I'm just trying to get more disciplined with this camera and really just trying to figure out my flow. I have two different cameras. I have a Sony ZV-1, I have a Canon M50, and then I have what I'm on right now, which is a Canon EOS M50 Mark. Child, what are you? Canon EOS M50 Mark II. Out of all the cameras that I own, this is probably like the highest quality camera that I have. And I've just been trying to figure out what to use with what. And I feel like I don't have my content may look consistent across the board, but I feel like I don't have a consistent flow because I have not designated equipment to certain things, if that makes sense. I just get really, like I told y'all in my last vlog, when I have too many options, I'd rather just choose to do the simplest thing. And when it comes to creating content, the simplest thing is to just not create it or just do it when I feel like I can really hone in on it instead of figuring out what the issue really is. And I feel like my issue is not designating cameras to certain things. I know that might sound silly, but when you have a lot of different cameras, a lot of times you're playing around with multiple memory cards. And for me, I just have not been able to get to the point where I am being smarter about how I'm going about this. I shouldn't have one vlog across 4 different memory cards because this one was running out of space and I didn't want to feel like sitting down deleting content to just use one memory card. So all of that being said, Brandy needs to do better with charging her batteries, emptying her memory cards. I have footage from videos that I created months ago that I need to just go ahead and delete, so I have a nice clean canvas each time I want to create new content, if that's what it, if that's what it's called for. This camera right here is going to be my family channel camera, and it feels so good to say that. The only time that I will use this camera that I'm on right now for my family channel is when we're doing like sit down, more content-based content, where I feel like I just want like a higher quality. I don't know why I'm telling you guys all this. Those of you that just watch me for entertainment, skip past this if this does not interest you. But for those of you that are into social media and you want to just know like what's something that you should know or what's something that you could probably take away from this little speech that I'm about to give, I don't know, but I just felt like sharing it because I'm also talking to myself. Yeah, unless I just want like really good quality, which this camera, don't get me wrong, this is a very good camera. The quality on this is amazing. It's 4K, it looks beautiful. It's just the lens on this Canon it's beautiful. If you got a good lens, then it just takes it to the next level. And then we also have my handy dandy phone, which I like to pull in from time to time depending on what it is. So I do TikToks and Reels and YouTube Shorts and Facebook, like all of that content most of the time is usually from my cell phone because I have the cinematic feature and it looks really good and crisp. Like let's say I have like a brand deal or something like that where I could use my phone, but I just want to make sure, that the phone is not failing me. I know for a fact I can pull this Canon out, I can turn it vertical, and I can get all the content that I need from that. It's really playing around with things, figuring out your flow and what's going to work best for you. Also, like this computer is decoration at this point because I don't use it. I don't charge the keyboard. I don't charge the mouse pad. When I tell y'all this computer is sitting here, I'm also on a mission to start using this, but I don't know what to use it for. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Like everything that glitters isn't gold. I just feel like there's probably a lot more people in this world who have really nice things. They probably don't use them the way that you feel like you would use them. My iPad, for instance, I have to literally find time to use these things that I have, and it's really frustrating because there was a time when I wanted them really, really bad and I just had to have it, and I'm not utilizing them the way that I should. It's not like a room spray. It's not like a new kitchen, like a new little kitchen gadget that you wanted and you, like a frother, and you don't use it. This is like thousands of dollars of equipment. I'm challenging myself for the month, for the rest of April and May, make better decisions when it comes to my content. If you have recommendations on what I could use this computer for, please let your girl know, because we be looking at each other like, oh wow, so you're really not gonna use me today? I will literally sit in front of this computer and just use my phone. Anyways, I have to prep dinner, so let's go downstairs and do that. The kids will be home very, 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 very soon, and they're gonna be very, 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 very hungry. It is Tuesday, so we're having tacos. I got my cheese, ground beef. What else do I need for tacos? Some shredded lettuce, pico de gallo, tortillas, and I also have some avocado. So I think I'm gonna chop this up too, put it in my taco. So let's make some dinner, you guys. The thing about these gas stoves, electric could never. I make tacos. I like for everything to just be handy dandy. A lot of times I'll get out like this little plastic plate and just put all the toppings on there. That way, after the kids eat and they realize that they want more, I don't have to pull everything out of the refrigerator. I don't have to reopen the cheese bag. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Shredded lettuce goes bad so fast. It's really annoying. Like, I feel like all of your meals for the week should include shredded lettuce, because it's just gonna go bad. Ouch. This smells so good. I got this from Lidl. All right. I've also gotten in the habit of frying my tortillas these days. And ever since I started, I just can't stop. Like, oh, why am I throwing stuff? We're just gonna call them raw shells. I just don't like them anymore. I need that crispiness. Especially if you have kids and they get annoyed like my kids when stuff falls out of the taco. It just helps keep it all together. I'm responding to y'all's comments on the last video. Michelle said, hey Brand, people are crazy. You are not ghetto and definitely not a Karen. Okay, I'm neither one. The baby has gotten so big. Y'all, Nia is so big. I cannot believe she's gonna be 1 next month, you guys. Nia is going to be 1. I just had her. None of my kids ever got 1 this fast. It's crazy, but her birthday party, y'all. When I tell y'all we got some really fun stuff coming up, because it's going to be beautiful, my vision for it, and I'm doing a lot of DIY. I'm making a balloon arch. I'm doing things. It looks like I have on like a gel suit today. I cannot wait for y'all to see her birthday party. Alexa, play William Murphy radio.
William Murphy free on Amazon Music.
Y'all smell like outside.
Mommy, you're making some tacos.
Yeah, girl.
How do I know? Mommy, you gotta say how.
Because it's Tuesday. How do you know that?
Because I'm always right. It's good. It's good. It's working for my good. It's good.
Delicious. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day. But yeah, I just dropped the girls off at school. Y'all already know what I'm starting my morning off with. At this point, this is my coffee. Alani knew it's only 10 calories and it doesn't have any sugar. I've been doing my I started my intermittent fasting on Monday, so I don't eat until 11. But anyways, oh my god, my battery is dying. On my way to work, I started my intermittent fasting on Monday along with my healthy eating. So we're gonna see by the end of this vlog if my face has lost some of its puffiness. Also increasing my water intake this week as well. And I'm just trying to crunch down. By July, I want to at least have lost 10 pounds. We'll see. All right, you guys, so it is almost 2 o'clock. Taking a little breaky break. I got me some hummus here and some pretzels. Just all good things, all good things. This is so good. It's so good, y'all. This is the only hummus that I've ever tried, and also the only one that I like. I don't know, I feel like the other ones are just a little too out of my comfort zone. So good. Huge shout out to Merit for sponsoring today's video. Merit is a minimalist beauty brand taking a holistic approach to clean, creating products that are safe for the body, skin, and the planet. And if you guys have been following me for a while, then you guys know I stan Merit's product. I use Merit every single day. It saves me a lot of time while also giving me that perfect natural look that I like to have. All of their products are non-comedogenic, which means they are formulated with ingredients that will not clog your pores. They also have these really beautiful shade stick, and using this shade stick daily is going to help keep your lips smooth and supple. Shop Merit by using the link in my description box. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Maybe I lived in North Carolina too long ago to remember if spring or if Georgia's heat is just different. But crazy to think that I haven't lived in North Carolina in how many years? I don't even know. I never put 2 and 2 together about the fact that we moved during the pandemic. When I always hear people like tell their stories about how they moved during the pandemic, or they just did something, they just had like a major life shift during the pandemic, I always forget that I did too. Like, I'm always so like touched by their story. Anyways, tomorrow's Thursday. That's my Friday Junior. So I'm gonna go home, probably make me something to eat, finish working. We're home. I think I want to make some rice. I was gonna make this chicken tonight anyway. Okay, so I'm just gonna make some chicken and rice. Yeah, I just had a discovery recently. I just had like a personal discovery recently, and I think it stemmed from my audition, which I know y'all are like, girl, what happened with the audition? They said they were going to send out emails after Easter letting us know what the next steps are going to be, because they basically changed the audition from saying that it was going to be a 3-minute audition to a 60-second audition right before audition started. I mean, like, as people were already there, and they were like, oh, we didn't expect to have this many people or for it to take so long, so instead of doing the 3-minute audition, we're now going to do 60 seconds, which y'all know most songs are like 3 minutes long. You really have to figure out what part of the song is going to make the biggest impact and show your vocal ability. Some people were like, they had came up with their own little melody, and yeah, everybody was kind of like not happy about that. I mean, I didn't want to be up there for 3 minutes anyway, but I was going to, like, I was prepared. So I basically had to figure out like where in the song I wanted it to start. And when I tell y'all, it felt like it felt like I was up there for 20 seconds. And one girl told me on Sunday, or on Easter Sunday, that I think she timed herself and she was actually up there for 40 seconds. But anyways, yeah, it was a lot going on that night. But they said that they were going to email us and let us know the next steps. But to be honest with you guys, I just had like a really big self-discovery after that night, because the girl, so she's like she is the lead singer, I would say, of the worship team at the church. When they were coming to get us, or before they came to get us, she came in, and I guess after going through a couple of the auditions, she was like, you know, decided to make an announcement about what they were looking for, I guess. She wanted to do No, I'm sorry. This was before anybody got started. Anyways, she wanted to do a prayer before getting started with the auditions because she could tell that everybody was nervous, and I'm pretty sure was supposed to do a prayer anyway, but we were really, like, a lot of people in there were nervous, and you could tell. She basically said that, you know, there might be people in this room, or there probably are people in this room who may have been like singing all their life and, you know, are really good at singing, but they're looking for excellence and they're looking for skilled singers. And that just hit the pit of my stomach, because a skilled singer is someone who in my mind has had training. That's like, you're skilled. You may be good at something, like I might be good at hair, but you don't really like gain that technique, I guess. It's subjective, honestly, because I feel like you can kind of pick up your own technique. Everybody that does hair has their own technique, but when it comes to singing, there are techniques like set in place, different things that you do with your diaphragm or your vocal cord or your tongue or your tongue placement, like all of those things. To me, that's skill. And I have only had vocal coaching like throughout high school, and that was very probably like not the best in terms of just like professional. And then I did vocal coaching here in Georgia, but that was only one time. And oh my God, it is very, like, it's not just, you're not just here to sing, you're learning how to breathe, you're learning how to do all these different things with your body to create different notes. So when she said that, I immediately kind of got discouraged, because I'm like, I'm not a skilled singer. I'm not a skilled singer. I have not perfected that craft. It's just something that I've just always done, and I felt like I was pretty good at. So I was like, that in my mind was an opportunity for me to leave. But I've been trying to not sabotage situations for myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. I came here for something, and even if I don't get it, I'm still going to show up for it, and I'm still going to do my best, you know? And that's what I did. So a lot of self-work here. But after having that discovery with like her saying that, I feel like that hit me in like a lot of different ways of my life, because I feel like I'm really good at a lot of things. Like, you ever meet people who, it's like anything they pick up, they're just good at it. They're just good at it. Minus math. I've never been good at that. Anything artistic, I've always been good at. Crafts, I've always been good at. Organization, like I'm really good at a lot of things, but what am I great at? That self-reflection is hard. Then you start to get in your head and you're like, well, that's why that only got that far. That's why that only got that far. It's crazy. Creating content to me is something that is very fun and very easy. Editing is very fun and very easy. It's something that, like, naturally I love to do, and it's probably the only thing in my life that I take the time out to do research on, to study. Like content creation is probably the only thing in my life I have ever done that with, besides hair, and it's because I love to do it. However, I'm great at it. I don't feel like I'm an expert yet, but I do feel like I'm great at it. It's one of the things that I do a really great job at, but I have not gotten I don't know, like I haven't received everything that I've sown into my content. I've learned, though, that with content, people do not fall in love with the aesthetics of your, or let me not say that. That's not what keeps people. I don't feel like the way it looks necessarily is the key to what keeps your viewers and your supporters. I think it's how they feel when they watch you. Like, that boost of whatever they get when they watch you, whether or not it's motivation or feeling like they just can escape from whatever they got going on in their day to just relax, and they really find pleasure in watching you specifically. And then your aesthetic is just a bonus. Like, it's like, I love that about her, but I love her. Lots of self-discovery, and I'm just honestly for the day, it's not even gonna be a day because it's gonna be gradual, but where I start to get that recognition of my content, because your girl is over here putting in a lot of work. And sometimes the work that I put in, when I have a project that I put a lot of work in, the feedback is like so minimal. So if you guys follow me and you've been following me for a while, or you just discovered me, just know that engagement is really, really important. Even if you feel like somebody's not going to respond, or even if it takes them maybe like a couple of days to get back to you, being in that comment section and like allowing the people that you love to hear what you would like to see, or just acknowledging the fact that you love their content, things like that, it really helps. It helps out. If y'all are here right now, we are in this together, and one day your girl is gonna really be doing the darn thing, which is kind of touching on what I can't touch on. I just want the timing to be right. I am cutting up some chicken thighs. I'm gonna rinse them off after I finish cutting them. Y'all, it's just some basic, y'all can't even see the rice because I wanted so much chicken, but just some chicken thighs, some rice, and I don't know, me and tortillas, we've been in love lately. Thursday. Making your peanut butter jelly?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Does that not make sense?
Yeah. I just saw him make it. It looks good.
Make sure he gave you something to drink.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all, Hey Bear got them jam. They remind me of Bubble Guppy. The Bubble Guppies, me and Aiden used to be lit. Cause the Bubble Guppies got them hits. They used to be singing those songs, y'all. He was obsessed with Bubble Guppy. Love you.
Good day.
You too.
I'll see you later.
Okay. Now, I don't know why he would pick her up knowing she gonna fuss when he put her back. I don't have to keep saying what day it is. I can just put it on the screen. Thursdays are the days where I like take a deep breath. Like Thursday evening, as soon as I get home, I'm like, because y'all know I don't work on Friday, so it gives me a moment to breathe. The kids are still at school when I get home, so it gives me a minute to like regroup my brain, my energy, and you know, just whatever. But I'm super proud of myself that I've been keeping up with this vlog, because like I want to be able to show y'all like each day if possible on my vlogs, so it's not so gappy and it's not so like feels like we're like jumping around. Y'all, my sewing is still tight. Like let me not say tight, but it's still very secure. I mean, it's tight, it's not loose at all. When I tell y'all Tiara braids and sews the hair in, I've had this sewing for a long time. I don't even remember when I first got it. Let me tell y'all something. So if y'all watch me on Instagram, y'all know I've been promoting Alani Nutrition for 2 months now. Let's say 2 months. I think that sounds about right. Maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. When I tell y'all, people have been sending me DMs telling me that they've been going to the store to purchase it. They got it. They can't wait to try it. Sending me pictures, mentioning me in their stories. Like, the girls have been going to the store to get Alani Nutrition after me telling them that it's that good. So, you know, everybody's like, girl, they need to cut you a check. They need to collaborate with you. They need to da-da-da-da. So each time that somebody mentions me, they usually mention Alani Nutrition as well. And so they automatically get that DM. Or if somebody mentions me and they don't mention them, then I'll like tag them in and be like, hey, like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Because that's how you build like relationships with brands and companies and things like that. And at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want somebody who is going to be able to bring in more numbers and have a good influence when it comes to their product. And so I reached out and I basically was like, hey, like, I've been sharing your products to all of my followers, and a lot of them have been telling me that they've been going to get it, which you see because it's in the messages. I would love to collaborate. And their response, and some of y'all might be looking at that like, what's wrong with that? Let me tell you. What's it say? It says, hi, we aren't interested in collaborating at the moment, but thank you for reaching out. Again, you may not see anything wrong with that, but coming from somebody who's done PR and has had to talk back and forth with brands and companies, there's a specific wording. There's a specific wording that you use when you want to maintain your professionalism and want to make sure that you're not making the other person feel like it's like a personal thing. I know what y'all are saying. Like, I know some of y'all gonna be like, girl, there's nothing wrong with me. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Also, from somebody who has received messages back from companies and brands that have decided not to work with me, and seeing their verbiage, there are definitely companies out here who have a certain look, and they have, you know, their picks. They have their picks on like what they want, like what kind of influencers they want to promote their brand. Now, I'm not saying that Alani Nu has a specific type or anything like that, but just knowing that that is a thing, and that's something that more specifically Black creators have been voicing more recently, I would just think that the verbiage would just be a lot different. So something as simple as to say, hi Brandy, thank you for reaching out and thank you for sharing our product with your followers. We love that you love it so much. Unfortunately, at this time, we don't have any active campaigns, but we will be sure to keep you on the email list for any future campaigns that come open. Something like that. Something that it's not, because when you say we're not interested, hi, we're not interested in collaborating at the moment. When you say we're not interested, even if that meant like, oh, we're not taking applications for collaborations, or we don't have any active campaigns, like I said, it sounds like we're not interested in you. That's what it sounds like. And I know I'm not tripping, because when I posted this to my close friends, a lot of my close friend influencers were like, yeah, that sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. A lot of times when stuff like this happens, people tend to like cancel the brand. Like, I'm not gonna go with them anymore. I'm not gonna shop there. I'm gonna tell my people to da-da-da-da-da-da. But you also have to think about the fact that the person that's behind that social media page is a very small percentage of that overall company. It's a lot of different factors that go into play when it comes to stuff like that. So I'm not gonna take it to heart. I'm still gonna, you know, drink my Alani Nu. I probably won't post them on my story anymore in terms of like trying to promote them. I'm just happy I'm at a place where I know my worth and I know that I produce good content. So, you know, when it's companies out there who are so hell-bent on certain things, it's just like, okay, great. Like, moving on. It doesn't change the fact that I really like their drinks. I have choir rehearsal this evening. I'm laughing because he forgot that I had choir rehearsal tonight, and when I have choir rehearsal, it means that he has to get all the kids and figure out dinner and figure out forgot. So he was like, so it's like, I'm hoping it's one of those days where she comes home and she's just sleepy and she just wants to chill. I need to get out of my work clothes. I actually have on like athletic wear. But I need to take off my work shirt. I don't like people knowing where, you know, I like to cover up where I work. I have my hair covering it right now. Somebody asked me how the audition went, and I felt like I touched on it just a little bit in this video. But just to be more specific, so y'all know that I went to sing Alabaster Box. I told you that they took the audition time from 2 to 3 minutes to 60 seconds, a minute. So we had to figure out like what part of the song we wanted to start with. This is the part of the song that I started with. And I spent my days, poured my life without measure into a little treasure box I poured out from, until the day when Jesus came to me and healed my soul with the wonder of his touch. So now I'm getting back to him. That's where they stopped me. I've been forgiven, and that's why I love him so much, and I come to pour my praise on him. Don't be angry if I wash his feet with my tears. Y'all, they stopped me. They stopped me. He was like, dang, Todd Galbraith. He was like, oh, you just got to the good part. And I'm looking at him like, I know. But at the same time, your girl was nervous. If I'm being honest, your girl was nervous. And I'm sure they expected that. So I would not be surprised if I did not get the audition. I haven't heard back at this point. So I'm just taking it as a loss. Just taking it as a loss. Tomorrow I need to spring clean. I need to get rid of stuff that I no longer want. That's gonna require some energy. When we first got this house, we signed a lease for 16 months. And that's gonna be up in the summertime, but we've renewed it for another 12 months. So what I want to do, so that at the end of that 12 months, we're not looking at all this stuff, each month I want to purge some part of our home that needs to be purged. The plan, Lord willing, is that we purchase a home next year. So I would like to get rid of a lot of things because there are some things I just don't want to bring into my new home. My new home, I would like for it to be a very clean, I would like for our new home to be a very clean slate. Like I, in a way, want to start over with some things. Like, to be more specific, like towels. Like, I want to get rid of all of our towels and just start over. Like, all of our sheets, start over. My bedding, start over. The bed set, the dresser, start over. Now, our bed, our dresser, that'll go like in a guest room. We're not going to get rid of it because it's still in pretty good shape. We've done a really good job holding up this stuff. We've had this stuff for 6 or 7 years. So, it definitely did its job, and that will go in the guest room. But yeah, I want to take each month to just really simplify a lot of the pieces of our home. Again, Lord willing, I would like for us to be able to like close on our house months before our lease is up here, because I just want it to be a smooth transition. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Lord, that's how I want it to go. Now, whether or not you see fit, I don't know. But I know your ways is greater than mine. I want us to go into our home without the baggage, without the things that we don't need or we don't pay attention to, we don't utilize. We don't need it. It's taking up space. And I feel like we have a lot of things. I feel like we have a lot of things attached to us that we have taken from apartment to apartment to apartment to apartment, and we need to cut ties. It's gonna be our home. We're going to be owning this home, and I want to fill it with new things. There's a lot of visions that I have, and currently in this house, I am just making sure that I maintain it, and I'm making sure that I try to take care of it to the best of my ability, because I want to show God that I am grateful for what I have and that I'm taking care of what I have, because I want him to bless us with more. So I am utilizing this space and this home. However, a lot of the things that y'all see in this house, I don't like. I don't like, and it's just because it's really the floors, honestly. It's the floors. It's an older model. Like, if this is a beautiful home, don't get me wrong, but if this was like a home that we bought, there would be a lot of renovations made. The kitchen, the floors, the bathrooms, the shower, it would be a project. A lot of the furniture that we have, our couch, like that black couch that's in the living room right now, I will still utilize that couch, but it will not be our living room couch. It will not be our main seating area. That's like a man cave couch. That's like a specialty room type of couch. The aesthetic, Brandy's aesthetic and Brandy's vibe, it's impossible to put into this house. I'm just making do, right? The house is meant to be lived in, and that's what we're doing. So let me change out of this shirt. It's our choir rehearsal song, number 1. Woo! Girl, I love the OGs. The gospel gems, the gospel classics. That's all me, y'all know that. OG classics for the win every single time. Have I shown y'all this mirror? Have y'all seen it? I feel like the Family Channel saw it, not y'all. Let me change my shirt. I've been saying that. Look at the laundry. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We got Friday. There is something serious that I want to talk to you about, because I know a lot of y'all are like, girl, how you doing? If y'all have been keeping up with me, then y'all know that we recently had a miscarriage, and when I tell y'all I bury stuff. I bury it to the point where I don't remember it happening. I don't remember the date. Because, yeah, need to find a better way to cope. But, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Honestly, when things happen to me, the way that I handle them kind of scares me, because I really be like, girl, like, how are you still going? Like, how are you just like down in it and right up out of it the very next second? Now, let me be honest, excuse me, no part of that miscarriage was easy for me. It was a roller coaster. It still is a roller coaster, but unfortunately, I have started to bury it so that it does not affect my everyday life, because I know that I'm not going to therapy. It in return could have an effect on everyday life. And one of the things that I feel like it's had the biggest, not my voice getting shaky. One of the things that I feel like it's had the biggest impact on is my work ethic. And I feel like a lot of jobs could be like, I feel like jobs could be just like a little bit more sensitive to those things, because even though I am putting on face and I may look okay to you, I think that you should still be very delicate, you know, because you just don't know. Now, my situation, I can't even, we're not going to go there today, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I have gotten in the habit of knowing when things happen, that I am in a safe space to do whatever I need to do in that moment, and I have the support to pick up in areas that I'm lacking. thank God for my husband, because he can very clearly see when I'm not okay, and I don't have to. I've gotten to the point, y'all, marriage is, it's work. We have gotten to the point where it's gotten easier for him to see when he needs to pick up where I'm lacking, and I don't have to tell him, or he doesn't have to ask. That is work. That's work, okay? That it ain't start like that. It didn't start like that. But yeah, he was a big contributor, and honestly, this was probably the one situation, because I've had things happen, y'all. I like, the stuff is pretty online, but your girl has definitely been through a lot of things that I just never brought to the surface, because I'm the one that's able to determine what I want to show and what I don't. The miscarriage, that was a personal choice of mine to share, but I could have very well, y'all wouldn't have even known, you know. But I think for me, there's a lot of reasons why I wanted to share it, and one of those reasons was just so that, you know, the other women out there who follow me don't feel alone if they've ever experienced that. And I was very surprised by the amount of women that messaged me that I know personally and that I don't know, who experienced it and felt and shared with me that my story definitely made them feel like they weren't alone, and it helped in a sense. But it also, I feel like, because there is the expectation to have more kids, in my mind, I feel like that would help people like just wait a second when it comes to asking about that, because that is now a sensitive topic for me, which is crazy, because I have 3 children, and having kids has always, like, I'm very easily, like, I can have that discussion. I told my students that I was pregnant, so, you know, once I came back to work, I had to tell them that I wasn't pregnant anymore. And my reasonings for telling them, like, there's a whole list as to why I decided to tell them, but I had to in return go and tell them that we're not expecting anymore. And I had a student ask me, like, if we'll try again. And I don't think, like, if you're not a mother, then I don't think that you know the weight of that question, especially after you have lost a child. But that is a very loaded question at this point in my life, and I don't have the answers to it. I just take a very long pause and try my best to respond to it. And if my response doesn't really make sense, it's because I can't make sense of it right now. Like, I honestly don't know. Right now, I'm not thinking about having kids. Me and Bryce, this is the safest sex we have ever had in our entire lives. Yeah, I'm just not there. Like, mentally, I'm just not thinking about another baby. Other than that, I'm doing okay. I'm taking it day by day. Mentally, I know for a fact that I don't want to cry. Mentally, I know that it has taken a toll on me. And I see it. Every now and then, like, when I went back to work, my coworker was like, "Are you okay? Like, you don't seem like yourself." And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you're gonna get on any given day. Brandy is a person of many words, as you guys know, and I have found that there are times where it takes me a minute to, like, gather my thoughts, and that's not usually me. Like, I can usually, you talk, I talk, we talk together. Like, but I've just, in all of this, I've learned to slow down, take my time, and just do what I need to do in that moment, feel how I need to feel in that moment. I'm a very happy, energized, energetic, outgoing. I say that slightly because your girl is discovering that she's a little extroverted, introverted in a way, just because I need to feel safe to show you certain sides of me. I'm not like, when you guys if you see me in public, I don't know what response you guys would assume that you would get, but you would probably like, "Hey girl, how you doing? Oh my God." Like, I am not the big, I'm not big. I'm not like The bigger the room, the smaller Brandy gets. It takes me a minute to scan the room, and it takes me a minute to feel safe. This platform is the only place that I allow people, random people, thousands or hundreds or however many people, to view this side of me. That's like a personal thing that I'm pretty sure I have to work on. But I have always scanned the room. Like, even as a little girl, it takes me a minute. It takes me a minute to just get to that point where I can feel free and like open. I'm just taking my time. Like, I'm just taking my time. It's a day-to-day thing, and I just appreciate you guys. I appreciate those of you that continue to watch and continue to show up. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I want out of this year in my life that I plan to work really hard towards, and there are a lot of things that are going to happen from the beginning of this year, the end of this year. Good things though, all good things. If you're out there and you have experienced this, then I would definitely say find somebody that you can talk to, find somebody that, or go, not find them, but go to the person that you know you can talk to, that you feel safe talking to. It's good to have a circle of friends who pray for you, who check up on you, keep wishing you well, and keep trying to push you out of that rut. Personality, just like my character trait, is very nurturing. Although that is a great trait to have, I don't think people realize that having that trait can burn you out, giving out that comfort and giving out that nurture, filling people up, and I haven't figured out how to turn around and fill myself up at the same time. It's self-discovery, self-reflection. You know, I'm definitely here for that. I love to self-reflect. It's not easy, but once you do it that first time, you start getting in the habit of turning the mirror on yourself and being like, okay, is this me? Is this me? But anyways, you guys, if you are not happy and you are not at peace, nothing that's surrounding you will matter. And family is a big thing for me. Family is everything to me. And I'm surrounded by family. I'm surrounded by love. I love God. That is what keeps me going. That's why when y'all know your girl has a full-time job and I'm still trying to create content here and there, I'm not losing my mind. When you see your girl has had a miscarriage and she's still going, I'm not losing my mind. Or when I've had 3 kids and I'm going through postpartum and now I've had a miscarriage and now I have to deal with the emotions of that, I'm not losing my mind. It's because of God, and it's because of the family and the support system that I'm surrounded by. I highly recommend Jesus, okay? I highly recommend. 10 out of 10. You know, a little quick, you know, a little 1, 2. Y'all ever got like a bottle or a cup and then be doing all that rattling? Ain't nobody trying to hear all that, trying to get to their destination. Somebody asked me, I think it was Maya, which, by the way, I need to catch up with her. It's been a minute. It's been actually way too long. She asked me, like, how do I do it? Do I have this full-time job and create content and, like, with 3 kids? I don't think I answered her. Like, I don't think I answered her, and it wasn't like intentional, sis. Try to shoot as much content as I can, and I'll work with what I got. I work with what I got because I know how bad I want it. So my battery is about to die. Delay. I know this air is loud, y'all, but hopefully you guys can hear me. So y'all look at the nails. Hold on. Get into these nails, y'all. Y'all cannot say your girl didn't do that. Like, I did every bit of that. Like, these nails look so good. So I was going for square. I wanted like a square, like a longer square, because I want to get back in my long square nails. But I also wanted like the milky effect. When I tell y'all I did just that. Is it focused? Can y'all see? Yeah, I did that. So anyways, you guys, I'm on my way to get my baby, y'all. Your girl has been going through it the past couple of days. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where I'm going. Hold on. Let's figure that out first.
Starting route to 53.
So on Friday, I told y'all I had a lot that I was going to get done. By the way, I love this shirt. I'm going to have to read it. I'm going to have to read it to y'all later. Maybe I'll insert a picture. I love this shirt. It says, quitting will get you nowhere. And it says some other stuff. I can't be reading. I got to drive. But anyways, yeah. When I tell y'all both of our kids left us on Saturday to go to two separate houses to do two separate things, and one of them even had the nerve to have a sleepover. Yeah, a lot went on Saturday that I was not prepared for mentally. But you know, I decided to step out of my comfort zone and let them experience something new. So Milo went to Disney on Ice. Aiden went to hang out with his friend at a trampoline park and then had a sleepover with his friend. They had a great time. They had a ball. I know these things, but I don't know. I'm still, like, I thought after the first time I was gonna be like, okay, like I could get used to it, but no. It's just different. Like, it's different. And I'm definitely like the type of mom that calls her mom to figure out what her mom would do, and also, you know, like talk with my husband too, so he don't feel like he ain't got no say. So that's the thing. I call my mom, and a lot of times, or more recently, I've been trying not to call her and just, you know, work it out between me and Bryce. But a lot, like with this, I had to call her and be like, Ma, what would you do? Because I've said no to so many sleepovers, and I feel like I was starting to just put a lot of my anxieties and fears onto him about it. Even like so much so to the point that when I told him he was going, he didn't want to seem like too excited. And I feel like Bryce said, girl, he wasn't worried about you, but I feel like he was doing that to try not, you know, to hurt my feelings about wanting to leave me. But it wouldn't have hurt my feelings, because I know he's been asking for this for a while. So yeah, Mila left with her friend, and you know, they went to Disney on. It's just a lot of fears. There are a lot of fears that I have about having my kids with me, and just the being paranoid about a lot of things. And I'm trying to work on that, but people are crazy and things happen. Like, we see it on the news all the time. Stuff happens, and sometimes you have control over it, and sometimes you don't have control over it. But I'm definitely the one that tries to have as much control over that, like, as much as possible, because you know, I love my kids. Everybody love their kids. Nobody wants anything bad to happen to them. And you know, I pray over them every single day. They have a village of people praying for them consistently. I know this, but it's just that added layer of paranoia that comes when you're allowing somebody else to watch your kids. Because I go through all the steps of what could potentially happen while my child is in your presence. So especially like Disney on Ice, my main concern was obviously the drive there. I don't know how you drive. And the parking lot. So being that it's Disney on Ice and there are other people that are going to be going to this event, it's probably going to be jam-packed because it's only here for 3 days. The parking lot. You know, Mila knows not to run out into the parking lot, but she's definitely a lot more daredevilish in a sense than Aiden. So she would just excitedly, if that's a word, run out into the parking lot, not intentionally, she's just not thinking about what could potentially happen because of her excitement. And so it's like, okay, you got my child's hand on lock, like you got her on your arm or you got her on your back, like what's going on with that? And then it's also, you know, while they're at the event, you know, it's just a lot of things that I think about. Aiden, you know, if he's going out and about, getting lost is a main concern of mine. When we take our kids to urban air, we're not the parents that like sit over in the eating area and then just let them run wild, because people snatch up kids. And ain't nobody at the front door asking you whether or not that's your kid or not. No. So we are helicopter parents when it comes to public events. So with him out there like that, like, I don't know if you let your kid run wild. I don't know. I just don't know. And then when it comes to like the sleepover, there is like a million trillion bajillion gazillion concerns that I have with that. So I feel like I deserve a pat on the back for allowing myself to just let it be and pray the strongest prayer I can over my kids and leave it in God's hands. Like, Aiden has a cross necklace, Mila has a cross necklace. They both were wearing their neck. Like, I know that doesn't cover them any more than they already are, but it's just like, I just felt like it was an extra layer. Like, Jesus, I know you watching over like billions of people every single day, but these two kids right here, like, I need you to just give a little magnifying glass to them this weekend, because I'm scared. Bryce is like, don't live in fear, allow them to experience these things and da-da-da. But anyways, it's over. It's Sunday. I'm going to get my babies. Y'all, the anxiety was so high, we didn't go to church this morning. I was up in the middle of the night. I knew I was crazy about my kids, like, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I am crazy about my kids, and I knew that, but I don't think I knew to the extent, because it felt like Aiden was, I don't know, like in college or something, and I was up worrying about him, or high school, like until he got home, or it was a lot that I was experiencing last night. Meanwhile, Bryce is over here snoring. So yeah, needless to say, this weekend was a bit much, but we're here. We're still here. It's Friday. It's Sunday. And Saturday, you know, we had all that going on. Me and Bryce were able to tackle some things around the house. Y'all, I'm all over the place because I'm like trying to catch you guys up before I get Aiden. But I found our house. I found the house. And when stuff like that happens, it makes me sad, because I know we're not in a place to be able to purchase a home right now. But I have found a lot of houses that I like, but they always have something missing. This house, it checks every single box, you guys. I mean, every single box. Location, it's got my open till below. It has a basement, and not just like an open basement, a basement with rooms. It has a bar. It has a full bathroom in the basement. It has a bedroom on the main. It has 4 bedrooms upstairs. It's massive. Like, it's massive. And it also has charm, because it was built in 1995, which is the year that I was born. Like, that's my house. The street is like something castle. It's like, this is my house. This is my house. This is my house. So I know, like I said, I know we're not in a place to purchase, but I'm praying on that house. Like, I'm already praying on that house that it does not find a buyer until we're ready. And even by then, the price decreases, because it's technically like $50,000 over our budget. But I'm praying, like, I know the Lord. I've seen him make ways out of literally no way at all. So I'm praying on that house, and if it's not ours, then I know it's because it's not our house. There is another house out here that's for us. But when I tell you, I mean, the charm, there is one part of the house specifically that has like a very vintage design to it. Maybe I'll insert some pictures so that you guys can see. I wouldn't change anything about that bathroom. Like, It's not the master bath. The master bathroom is very modernized. Like it's given a really, it's cute. Like it's so unique. It's so bright. And it has that charm. When you drive past it, you don't know what room is what in the house. There's like a chandelier in one of the, you can tell the house was really well taken care of. And honestly, when I was looking at it again earlier this morning, I was like, I feel like this house belongs to an influencer I may have seen before. Like there's parts of this house that I'm like, that looks familiar. But it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has a 3-car garage. It has an open lawn in the front, and it even has lawn space in the back with this nice, that's my house. That's my house. So I have screenshotted that house, and when it comes time for us to purchase, I'm going to look that house up and see what's going on with it, because I am in love. I'm in love. I wanted to catch you guys up from the weekend. I have a pretty easy week coming up, so next week's vlog, you know, we should have some things going on, because there won't be too much on my plate like at work. The students are finishing up this week. This is their last week before finals, and you know, we're gonna celebrate the seniors. Their graduation is coming up. We're phasing out of spring semester. So yeah, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this vlog, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Oh my god, I knew it was something that I was supposed to be telling you guys. Your girl, y'all know I started my intermittent fasting on Monday. I am 4 pounds down. Now I know a lot of that is probably, am I blurry? Yeah, a lot of that is probably water weight, but your girl is 4 pounds down. So we are celebrating regardless. And we're gonna start this week strong, because I'm gonna go to the grocery store and do the things I need to do. So yay!